guys, welcome to Classics I've Never Watched Month here on Rotting Fresh. Wow, Rotting Fresh, I said. It's like a paradox or just stupid. Anyways, guys, it's time to go back to 1986 when life was simpler and it was way easier to find a bag of cocaine. This movie's gonna give me nightmares. If that didn't say this movie was gonna be awesome, then I don't know what does. Creepy lady raising dead people in the cemetery and bang, cut to Motorhead. Zombie Nightmare was directed by Jack Braveman and stars Adam West. That guy is great. If anybody should be in more horror movies, it's that guy.
Frank, this Winston boy ran with a bad crowd. High school kids, running red lights, getting drunk, smoking marijuana, you know, the usual bad stuff.
Well, looky here. Aren't you in the wrong neighborhood, little girl?
So like I said, a lady raises the dead. Then we get to some wholesome broad daylight Sunday afternoon attempted rape.
You're gonna come into my neighborhood, you gotta pay the toll.
Yeah, relax, babe. You're gonna enjoy this.
Help! Somebody help!
Tony, stay with Mom. Excuse me, boys, what's going on here? Stay out of this, old man.
But they were all the same age, basically. Why would he even say that? So they scrap it out.
How was that, bud?
Ooh, the fingers. Hit him in the fingers.
There.
And what kind of move is this? Anyways, the rapist stabbed the big guy right in front of his son, Tony. The big guy's name is Billy. Hey, that's my name. I'm Billy. It's years later, and Tony is a big happy metalhead. When we first see him in the movie, I pretty much started laughing my ass off. But so far, that's half the reason to see it, so I'm not going to spoil that scene. Hey look, it's the origin story of the Heath Ledger Joker. So this Tony guy is like the town vigilante or something. He stops a robbery at a local convenience store, and afterwards he's just all like, I'm just doing my job as town vigilante. No big deal. It was hilarious. He also carries a baseball bat with him. It's like the original Casey Jones, but more corny. On his way out of the store, the Joker and his gang run Tony over. Tony dies, and his mom says they need to get a hold of a voodoo priestess named Molly, the girl from the opening credits. Meanwhile, the kids that hit him are trying to figure out how they're feeling. The Joker kid says he liked it.
No, man. I kind of liked it.
But I think he was just trying to be edgy. Molly shows up to Tony's mom.
Mr. Peters, Mr. Tonight I will need your help. And what you see and hear, you must never tell a living soul.
So no offense to the actress, because she's pretty decent, I guess. But is she pretending to be kind of mentally challenged or something? Anyway, she brings Tony back from the dead. The Joker kid, okay, his name is Jim. Jim's friends are the most nonchalant people for people who've just killed somebody.
Are you kidding? When Jimbo wastes them, they stay wasted.
Yeah, Jim's right. Deranged, but right.
I worry for the youth of the 80s. Then there's this tennis scene that drones on for about 40 minutes. Nothing gets you hotter than smacking the ball back and forth, and back and forth. So a couple of Jim's friends get slasher-style killed by Tony the Frankenstein Monster. Detective Frank, who is working on the murder case, has a nice conversation with a Eugene Levy doppelganger.
Now the boys are trying to fish Loverboy out of a swimming pool full of blood.
And there is a Sean Levy in this movie, but it wasn't that guy. We're almost halfway through the movie and we finally get us some Adam West action. Adam West puts a lot of pressure on little Frank because he's just that much bigger than him.
Frank, let's not have any more high school kids turn up dead. Understand?
So Jim the murderer has been hitting on this girl throughout the whole entire movie, and just like any murderer would think, he thinks, 5 o'clock, must be bitch raping time. So naturally Tony the zombie kills him. The rape victim tells Detective Frank that a giant saved her. Adam West arrests some guy under this concrete evidence.
You may have noticed, James is a terrifyingly strong dude.
Frank thinks Molly has something to do with the case. Adam disagrees. He thinks she's silly. We end up finding out that it was indeed her. Of course, we already knew that. Adam West gives away that she wants revenge on him for some reason, and the sound design's S's are just harsh on the ears.
The voodoo woman explained it to me on the way over, Frank. She made this kid a zombie so it would avenge itself against its murderers.
And I really don't want to tell you the ending like usual. It would be totally pointless to watch it if I did. Zombie Nightmare reminds me of Pumpkinhead and Frankenstein bumping uglies with Casey Jones and giving birth to the Serpent and the Rainbow. It was directed and cut together kind of badly, but it didn't take away from the movie. It actually felt kind of grindhouse. At times it kind of felt like a trauma movie crossed with Tales from the Crypt, and that is okay with me. The sets were actually good for being low budget. The lighting could be a little less dark at times, but I mean, it set the mood for creepiness. The writing was nothing to brag about. But like I said, it was made before Pumpkinhead and the rest of the movies I mentioned, other than Frankenstein. But it was basically those four premises mashed together. But it did have a good twist at the end, so that ups the snazzy factor. The acting was surprisingly strong. The lady who played Molly seemed a little bit ridiculous, but she was also immensely entertaining. The characters were mostly unlikable other than this one store clerk at the very beginning. Adam West is likable just because he's Adam West. The dialogue was kind of noir. It was silly sounding sometimes, but it wasn't the worst I've ever heard. The music in this flick was awesome. We had Motorhead, Pantera, Girls' School, Fist. Need I say more? Mr. Todd E. Walnuts, you should see if you can track down the soundtrack. All I have is this boxless VHS tape. The effects were pretty lacking when they tried to make gore. The monster itself would have been cool, but when Tony was alive, he was like a ripped, huge, tough dude with long hair. The zombie was average height, fat, like, short-haired guy. Gotta love no continuity at all. Can I recommend Zombie Nightmare? Yes. To those of you looking for a cheesy 80s flick that reminds one of Grindhouse, without the nudity and the hardcore violence, and with Adam West, no. To those of you who love the news, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's far from perfect, but watching it was a blast. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave your comments below, and don't forget to feed your kids. That Midget production.